we're gonna move on into local news and some other things that's going on. And one of the things, I know y'all hate this, but I'm gonna tell you because you're watching me. God is real. Look at this right here. This is shared by Boyce Watkins, and I appreciate his post. Look at this. Now you can't tell me that this ain't God. This ain't no miracle. Check this out, y'all. This police, he must be a good police because God saved his ass. Woo! Let's do it again. Do you see that? Oh, be the glory. They're gonna show it again. Look at that. It looked like it was a car accident already. It was a car accident. It's something about this road. Look. Oh, okay. So I just wanted to show y'all that God is real. Okay, if you don't believe in him, you just when you get into this, you're gonna be like, oh my God, and he gonna save you, okay? So I just had to show y'all that. Because that really like hit. Because actually something like that happened to my grandfather in Haiti. That's another story. He was an older man and he jumped over a car. All right. So now we're going to get into Lawyers for Workers. I really like this guy. This is my dude, Lawyer for Workers. He's very versatile like me. He be talking about rap. He talk about law. I like Lawyers for Workers. So right here, he talking about something that I'm interested in too. I got to meet this guy. He's going to be my friend. He's talking about the AI and what's going on with AI. We got to keep tabs of what's going on in AI. Now, 80s babies, I'm talking to y'all. Y'all knew we grew up with the Jetsons, and they had us watching Flintstones, old things, and then the Jetsons. Like, I don't know what they were trying to do, but we were watching. It was a lot of Star Wars, those type of things. We even grew up on RoboCop, those type of things. So we saw things that seem to program us for what's going on now because we're seeing the robotic dogs that we showed you a couple of weeks ago. We're also seeing that they are putting them out into the streets already. I think Lovely T's show, I couldn't find the clip, but the clip where the robot was working in some type of manufacturer and he passed out. But you already know robots is taking over. But I want you to listen to what Lawyers for Workers has to say about this. Is this the Adidas one? No, is this one? I don't want him to talk about the Adidas one. That's the Adidas one. I want him to talk about the AI. Okay, let's get it.
Not learn stuff. Let me give you an example and compare it to AI. And this sort of gets to the concept of the singularity that you'll hear a lot of people talk about with AI. Let's say you're a physician, you're learning about the eyes. And, you know, one thing that eye doctors do is they read scans. They look at the scan and they see something and say, oh, that's wrong. That's not supposed to be there. And the computers are starting to do this. And you can teach a computer, oh, this is wrong. This is right. And the rate, the pace at which the computer is able to do it is phenomenal. It can learn, you know, obviously very quickly and just like this, what it might take years, decades for a human to learn now. What if you're not just learning about the eyes from one class in medical school, but you're learning about the eyes based on the collective knowledge of the world, essentially all of the data and all of the research and all of the scans and everything that's ever been written about the eyes, you process it and you take it in and you learn it and you digest it in an instant. But then what happens if you do that with every part of the body, head to toe, inside and out? Eyes, nose, throat, intestines, heart. What happens when you know everything about the body everywhere all at once? And what happens when you then do that with all the topics like finance and law and every single topic, everything that we know, everything that we do? And what happens when you do it based on all of our data that companies like Google and Microsoft have from your emails and your databases? What happens? They can't answer that question. When you ask the people who make these products, what happens? They tell you, well, there's a certain aspect of the artificial intelligence systems that we kind of call the black box, where we can't actually look in and tell you what's happening. Crazy, fascinating stuff. I believe this is the concept of the singularity, that if AI continues to grow and is allowed to grow and just goes off and becomes everything it can be, then it will know and be everything everywhere all at once. And if it were to reach the singularity, what would it do? Well, if sci-fi movies are to be believed, it would determine that humans are useless. really holding us back from achieving a lot of things, and it would start killing people. Ask the godfather of artificial intelligence, hey.
Right. He blah, 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 blah. So basically, he said that after a while that this AI technology will have no use for us, and you have to understand that these are some of the things that we talk about on Nurses to Nurses News Network, because we talk about nanotechnology. I share documentaries on nanotechnology, AI, and also when AI was said to allegedly be sentient a couple of months ago, and no one paid attention to that. Well, people did, but it just went on by. Sentient meaning I could get up, I could feel, I can make my own decision. I have a pseudo soul. Now he's not sentient to the most high, but sentient to something. I don't know what they sentient. Feeling away, having emotions, saying how they feel. Now because it seems like people are getting dumber and computers are getting smarter, we're going to have a serious problem. Now, and that's the truth. You can say, I ain't getting dumb. I know what I know. If you don't like to read, and you don't like to learn, the computer's going to outsmart your ass. Okay? Period. Even if you like to read and like to learn, the computer is going to outsmart your ass, because at the end of the day, it is ever evolving. We put in all the data at once. It's analyzing the data, and taking that data and recomputing it, and growing something like the nanotechnology that we talk about. So I think this is something that we really need to just have a one-on-one discussion with when we do Nurses to Nurses Focus Talk, but on Tuesdays. We're going to do it in a couple of weeks, where we're going to talk about the evolution of technology and how they're trying to incorporate it in every aspect of society, even in our bodies. From a healthcare perspective, yes, there is nanotechnology that they're trying to introduce to be used as point of care medications. If anyone knows what point of care is, it could be point of care medication, point of care testing, meaning that they will have this little robot in you that can tell us your blood sugar while you're at home and we're in the back at a computer all the way in Washington. And example of non-nanotechnology, but it's a bigger, is like a pacemaker, those type of things, because those things are being monitored from far. So those was made years ago. So now they got little ones, and these little things can read the environment, find what's the target, what is programmed to target, meaning any disorder, disease, dysfunction, report it back to the original source, which is a computer source, um, highlighted or labeled by barcodes or a certain data set of numbers that's going to retrieve the information and bring it back. And we talk about that. I know I kind of went in a little bit. People may not understand what I'm saying, but it is true what he's saying. So if we don't evolve and get the mind and get the spirit that we need to survive, something has already been created on this planet that seems to be evolving way faster than the human beings. So I'm going to leave that like that. I know I got a little intellectual for you. Yes, I know I got a little intellectual, but this is what we got to do. This is just what we got to do, baby. Okay. So now, let me see something, guys. I'm going to close off with something a little bit better. Maybe I'll get copywritten after this, but I don't care. So we're talking about the AI becoming sentient. Okay. And I just want you guys to remember the movie Lucy. Okay. Just remember this. We're gonna remind y'all what happens when AI becomes sentient.
Your champagne.
Thank you.
I'm very sorry, but you really need to close your table now.
Sure.
Reading mind. Reading people's mind. Something she did.
The knowledge.
Wait a minute, y'all. Let me just put this up on the screen real quick. Let me show you something. Right? It's for information and educational purposes only. I don't own the rights to this, but I want you guys to just start thinking as we close off. What can happen if AI becomes sentient and we actually be incorporated with it? Allegedly. This is all just allegedly. I'm just
If the habitat is not sufficiently favorable,
there we go. Information education purposes only. Watch that, y'all. Now wait, I don't want to show y'all the bad part, but I want to see. Look,
Because you are that, you are capable. You are gifted and you are so unique. All of the things that you may hate about yourself are your strengths. It's okay to be soft. It's okay to be opinionated. It's okay to be different. And it's so okay to just